everybody, welcome back to another episode of Craft by Tim. Today we're going to be making a welding cart out of this here spud trolley. Now before I dive too much further into this, I do want to mention that I'm now in TAFE, which is why I haven't been uploading so much. So I'm still sort of getting used to my new schedule, but hopefully videos will start to come back relatively soon at a relatively good pace. But part of going to TAFE means that we're doing a lot of welding. We're doing a lot of oxy welding, a lot of MIG welding, and eventually we'll be doing some arc welding, which is great because I need practice at that. But what we're not going to be doing, or we're not going to be touching on very much, if at all, is TIG welding. It's only a 6-month course, so I want to learn more about TIG welding because it's one of those types of weldings that I'm just most fascinated with. Well, my lecturer said that we probably wouldn't be touching on TIG welding very much, if at all. I said, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to go out, get my own TIG welding kit and just get started. So this here is my arc welder, but it actually has an option for TIG. It means that I don't have to go out and get a new inverter. I've just got the Razor 180. It's a Unimig. Super lightweight, super compact. This thing weighs bugger all. So now let's talk materials. First up, you're going to need yourself a spud trolley, or a rock trolley, or a tradies trolley, or a truckies trolley. These things have lots of names. You can pick them up pretty easily, you can get them from a hardware store brand new, but we're trying to save money here, which is why we're not going out and buying a welding cart. It's also a lot more fun and it teaches you about welding. You can get them from places like Gumtree or Facebook Marketplace. The one thing that you will have to keep in mind is what sort of trolley you want. Are you going to be doing a lot of cross-country work? In which case, you may want to have blow-up tire. Wheeling in around the workshop, you may want to have solid tires because you're more prone to have punctures, running over hot stuff and all the rest of it. First thing that I'd recommend doing though is taking off the tires because we're about to start welding to this, and if we do, and there's tires on them, especially if they're the inflatable tires, you're probably going to blow some holes in them. Easy! 25mm square tubing and some 50mm square tubing, and then something to cap off the 50mm square tubing. You can just use some 3mm steel plate or whatever you got. Some 16mm round bar, and we got some aluminium tread plate, also from another offcut from another project. Now rather than using TIG, I'm going to use arc welding for this because I don't want my first welds to be structural weld. You don't want to grab a welder that you have no idea how to use and just start welding. You might be a prodigy at it, but it's always good to have a little bit of practice anyway. First thing that I'm going to do is create a table for the welder to sit on. So, there you have it. Actually pretty happy with the way that this turned out. does everything that I need it to. It holds all the things that I want it to. And because it's all steel and skeletonized, I can take these welding magnets and just chuck them on, and I can keep everything together. It makes life a lot easier. I don't have to worry about, oh, where's all my welding gear? It's all shoved into this little corner inside this little cabinet unit. It makes it difficult to bring everything out. This, everything's all together. It's all one contained unit. And the other thing about it being skeletonized is that if I needed to take it a little bit further than, say, from one shed to this shed, I can just chuck a ratchet strap straight over the tank, straight over this, probably take out the welding rods. I don't want those flying down the highway. And maybe even take off the cables and stuff. I didn't do a very good job at making sure that there was enough hook to actually hold the cables. This side's alright because there's two hooks in between them and it actually sort of holds them together. But, whatever. It's alright. I didn't want to spend too much time on this because I much prefer spending a little bit more. Really? Really? I don't want to spend too much time working on this because I'd much prefer spending more time on actually TIG welding. One thing that I did have issues with was because of how thin this trolley actually is, I ended up burning a few holes in this. So that's probably something that you may want to look out for if you're planning on doing a design similar to this. Overall, genuinely happy with the way that it turned out, and I guess the only thing that's left to do is, you know, actually just do some TIG welding. And you'll see that I've donned a jumper for this on this beautiful 35-degree day. I'm gonna do some practice, but I'll catch you all in the next one. In the meantime, do remember to stay safe, happy crafting, and as always, cheers. Just realized why I had so much trouble with welding. I had it set to TIG, not arc. Dang. Oh, well, now I'm TIG welding.